Hello there, welcome to Craft with Fee. Today we're going to be working on this week's challenge project, which is going to be some Christmas decorations. Now let me start by apologising for any background noise. Our roofing man is here and he's doing something on the roof, so I've tried to wait until he's quietened down, but it looks like he's going to be there a while. So we shall move ahead, and as I said, I will just apologise in advance. So the template sheet, this is the template sheet here. I suggest that you print it out directly onto cardboard because that makes it so much easier. Now the link for that will be in the description box. If you are a member of the Tilda Lovers Club on Facebook, you can also download this from the file section in there. Now I have gone ahead and already made one of them, and it's just a beautiful little cardboard Christmas ornament there, and I've decorated it with a bell, with a bit of rickrack, a little flower and some bling. And I have tried to fussy cut the bird on this Tilda fabric, and then I've just used a bit of gold twine there at the top to use it as a hanging loop. And of course you can decorate the front and the back. I'm just going to do the front, but when it's hanging on the tree, hopefully it'll be hanging with that towards the front. So let's get to it. So what you need to do, as I said, is print this out onto card, and then you need to cut the shapes out. So I've already done this bauble shape here, and now we're going to do the circular one together. So I've already gone ahead and cut them out here. So when you cut them out, you just make sure that they're going to be around about the same size. Sometimes we cut a little bit unevenly, so just pop them together just to make sure that you can have them sort of around about the same shape. I've already cut one of these in scrap wadding. I'm just using some fusible parlan here, which is in pieces that might not be any good to me for stitcheries. So I'm just going to take one of my templates here, and we're just going to trace around this. And I'm just using a friction pen, but you can use anything you like. You're not going to see any of this, so it doesn't really matter what you use. A pencil is as good as any. So there we go. So then we're just going to cut that out with our scissors. I'll just get rid of that. It's really windy here today, so I'm very surprised that we have a man on the roof. But anyway, that's what he does. So he must be confident that he's not going to blow off. Okay, so I've just cut that out quite roughly. Doesn't really need to be too exact. So then we're going to use some craft glue. I'm using this one here. It's just one of the sticky clear craft glues that dries fairly quickly. Now you don't want a whole heap of glue, just enough to adhere it. Now if you've made some of my cardboard creations before like this, you will know that I get myself into a real sticky mess with this glue, but today I've come up with a whole new concept for gluing down the sides so that I don't get quite so messy. So we will use that technique today. Now you can see there that my wadding is bigger, and that's because it stretches a little bit when you put it on. So all you need to do is just to go and just give it a little bit of a trim, just so that it's nice and even with the cardboard. So we have in the Tilda Lovers group on Facebook, we're currently doing a swap, and we have to send a Christmas decoration. So I thought that doing a little tutorial for a Christmas decoration might be nice. So I'm going to send a variety of little Christmas decorations to my partners. I actually have two partners for the swap. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Now, the next thing that we need to do is to trace around the bauble onto the back of our fabric. And I probably should have done that before I put the wadding on, but I want the wadding to dry while I'm chatting with you, so that's why we've done it like that. Now, I'm going to try to fussy cut, so I want to try and get this bird here somewhere around the centre of the bauble. So that's not going to work there because I need to have some space around it. So if we go with that one there. Okay. Now, of course, when you fussy cut, you do lose a little bit of fabric because you've got to go where the pattern is. But I'm currently doing a scrappy English paper piecing quilt, so I can use the scraps in that. So I'm not too fussed about wasting that bit of fabric. And you can see there that I've got my bird sort of centered. And then we might go, which is the other bird I want to do? Go down here a little bit further and then we'll do this bird here. Because of course we want one for the front and then we want one for the back. Okay, so then we're going to chop them out and we're going to give it quite a good seam allowance. A bit over 1/4 of an inch, maybe in between 1/4 and 1/2. And we're just going to cut around this sort of roughly, using that seam allowance. Just pop that off to the side. We'll cut through to this one. There are some lovely fabrics coming out in the next Tilda range on Tuesday, the 1st of September. And a lot of those in that range can be fussy cut as well. So if you're looking to do a bit of fussy cutting, whether it's English paper piecing or projects like this, some of those fabrics will be perfect. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to cut around. So we're just going to cut in to the curves, but we're not going to cut right to that trace line. We're just going to cut back from it a bit. Now, if you've made my cardboard creations before, you'll know that that's because if you cut too close to the line, you're going to end up with a really messy edge because the fabric won't lie really neatly for you. So it is really important that you just go just before that edge. I'm wondering if you can hear the wind. It's really windy today. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our little bauble with the wadding side down and we're going to place it down like that. Then we're going to use a glue tape runner. Now these are, excuse me, a scrapbooking shop item. There's lots of different brands out there that you can buy. You can buy them really quite inexpensively, $2 or $3. And then we're just going to run the glue around the edge of our bauble. And then we're just going to fold over our fabric. And you can see there that if you don't quite get it right, you can pick it up and you can actually move it and get it in there nice and tight. So this is what I come up with instead of getting my fingers all gluey. And it's actually working really well. Now the best thing to do is to lay it onto a surface when you're doing it so that you get the right tension on your fabric so that you don't get any lumps and bumps that you don't want. So as I said, this is working really, really well in the fact that you can reposition it and you get that nice tight fabric look. And you can actually pop this tape over the fabric as well if you want to put your fabric on top of one another. It'll actually allow you to do that. And as I said, you can keep picking it up and re-gluing it down to get that nice tight look. You can see there that that's just beautiful and tight. And you can see that I've got that nice neat edge around there because my cuts weren't right to the edge. And now as we get to the top area here, we're just going to do our glue runner all the way. And we'll just pop that down. And then we'll need to go down over that fabric again. Just make sure from the front that we've got that nice smooth look. You can see there. There we go. So I'm going to go off now and do the same to the next piece, and then we'll come back. Okay, there we go. Aren't they gorgeous? So you can see there's two different birds there. They're sort of fussy cut, and we're going to decide which one is going to be the front and which one is going to be the back. Now we still need to use our glue runner because we need to put down now some hanging tape. So we're going to use a bit of, I've got some Stampin' Up gold twine, which is perfect for Christmas decorations. So I'm just going to run a bit of my glue runner. Oh, that one's empty. That's why it's not working. There we go. And we're going to just loop it up through the top there like that. And as I said, the glue runner is going to hold that in place, you can see. Now, you can also decorate it at this stage if you want to pop some lace or some bling on. And I've got a few little selections of bits and pieces here. I think I might actually put a little bit of that on afterwards because it'll just sit on the top there. But you could, as I said, run some lace along now if you want to. Across the bottom, across the top. Actually, it doesn't look too bad down there like that, does it? Maybe we'll do that. Okay. Let's do that. I'll get rid of my little drawer of goodies there. So I will just do the same thing. Use our tape runner. Hopefully I've picked up the wrong one again, yes. Not having much luck. Okay, so that gets hidden on the inside. You can see there, that's how simple it is. Super, super simple. And now we're also going to pop a little bell on the bottom. So I've got my little container full of bells here, and I've chosen this time a little blue one because it goes with the blue of the bird, I think. So same thing, we're going to pop a bit of this gold twine and we're going to put it straight through the bell like that. And then we're going to run a bit of this glue tape up through the centre. And then we're going to put it down like that and just make sure that you've got it around about where you want it in the centre. I think that looks about right. Okay, and then I'm going to bring out the big gun again. I'm going to bring out the big sticky glue because you really do need that for this sort of stage because it's what holds it all together. Now don't put it too close to the edge, remember, because we don't want it to spill out over. And then we're going to put our two sides together like that. And then you can clip them if you wish and let it dry. But I'm actually just going to start to stitch this one while I'm sitting here and talking to you just finally so that you can see how it's done. So I've just got a piece of thread and I've popped a knot in the end of it there. And I might just actually start up here at this top corner of the bauble, and I'm just going to tuck that little knot in there like so. So all you're going to do is you're just going to whip stitch it. So you're just going to run your needle through both edges of the fabric there, just prior to the cardboard. You can actually feel that it's not on the cardboard. And then you're just going to do that all the way around to give yourself a nice, neat finish. And if I get our other one out here, you'll see that it just finishes it off beautifully. You've got this lovely stitched edge that makes it look just gorgeous. So as I said, you can go through and put some decoration on afterwards. I will do that. I'll pop a photo at the end of the video so that you can see what the second bauble looks like finished. So I hope that you've enjoyed these very simple Christmas decorations, and I look forward to seeing what you've made. Don't forget, if you're not already a member of the Tilda Lovers Club on Facebook, come and join us there, answer the couple of questions, and we won't have any problem gaining access to the group. Give me a thumbs up on the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you later. Bye for now. Okay, I decided to come back and show you the finished goodies, mainly because when I played the video back, I realised that I was stitching off camera and you couldn't see the stitches. So anyway, I will now show you what those stitches look like. So you can see there, hopefully, that's how it closes up once you do that little whip stitch with your thread. So just to remind you that I used a bottom line thread. It's a polyester 60 weight cotton, and it sort of sinks into the fabric. It's the one I use for English paper piecing as well, but you can see that it actually sort of gives you that sort of invisible look. So there you go. That is how I decorated that beauty. So I've popped those little plastic pearly things across the top and a little flower there with the bell. And of course this is the original one that I did as well. So there you go. That's the Christmas baubles. Catch you next time. Bye for now.